Nothing is going to change unless you put your feet to the ground and say, I'm digging my heels in. I know it's going to be hard. I know I'm going to have pushback. I know it's going to be requiring me to put time into it. When all my friends are out there running around and clubbing and doing this and chasing tail and doing this and doing that and drinking and having fun on the weekends, no, I'm going to be in these charts studying. I'm going to be living my life differently. But they're still going to be out there trying to chase tail, broke as fuck, driving a beater fucking car, and ain't doing shit in their life. And you'll be able to pull down annual fucking salaries on a week. You can't even imagine where you're going to be. You can't even imagine it. Whatever you think is your level of success, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. You have no idea when you strip all these limitations that you put on yourself. You shackle yourself with your own mindset. You do it. This is all I can see myself doing right now. When you start making $100,000 a year, you start thinking to yourself, well, shit, that wasn't all that hard. I thought it was really hard. Well, now I'm going to aim for $500,000. And the attempts that you do to do that, you get there in less than half the time. And you start thinking, well, shit, they say the first $1 million is the hardest one. I'm about there. Boom, in a couple more months, and then you're there. Then you look back and say, $1 million isn't all that much money. And yeah, it took some effort, but it didn't take as much effort as I thought it was going to take. And then you start making $5 million, $10 million. 15 million, 50 million. And I know I'm talking in numbers none you can fucking comprehend, but it is what it is, folks. It's just math. It's just math. You're compounding the efforts of what you're able to do on the smallest form. In that little cookie cutter mold that I'm going to find 5 handles in the S&P to begin with. And I'm going to let it grow till I can start doing 8. And then 10, or start with 20 in NASDAQ and work towards 30 and 40 to 50. You only got to do them a few times a week, folks. And as your equity increases, you can afford to do more contracts. That compounds, and you keep adding it more and more and more. But the level of risk is always the same. Whatever you associate in terms of your risk, I'm not going to risk more than 1%. But I can't get rich trading with 1%. Bullshit. You can get rich trading with 1/4 of 1%. You have to submit the time. None of you want to do that part, but that's the part you have to submit to. That's the first thing I submitted to when I first started trading. I had a 20-year plan. Imagine me writing a book. How to be successful and retire 20 years as a trader. Nobody's buying that book. Now, in the 80s and the 90s, that would have been a great title because everything was around what? And for you younger folks, you ain't going to know this, but it was all mutual fund. It was when mutual funds and fidelity. Everybody was trying to get people to invest in these mutual funds. And they were projecting, this is what you should do. Average is 12% return on stocks over the course of the years. You put this much money in, your money can compound. You'll have $1 million by the time you're whatever. So I was like, well, shit. If I can make 12% in a mutual fund a year, what happens if I start making 12% a month? And then what happens when I start making 12% every 2 weeks? And then what happens if I make 12% a week? And what happens if I can compound my efforts and find trades that yield 12% in the same day? Suddenly, all these big numbers that were fearful for me as even contemplating as realistic ever to reach for, they became reachable. Because I'm not increasing the level of effort in my trades. All I need is the setup. And as the equity increases in the baseline is whatever it is at the time, it's 100,000, 250,000, 500,000, $1 million account. Whatever that is, the risk percentage is never increasing. So whatever you've adopted as your model is, this is what I'm going to risk. It's going to be 1% or less. It's going to be 0.5%. It's going to be 1/4%. You're trying to tell me you're not satisfied risking 1/4 of 1% of $1 million if you have that in your trading. Okay, it's real money, not funded bullshit. It's real money, and you're able to take down a setup that yields 5 to 8 to 10 times what you're risking. Really? You don't think that that's a good living? 50 fucking grand a week? You can't get rich? Oh yeah, you're fucking great. That's rich. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You failed math. But you have to give yourself time.
Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy NFP Day to all those who celebrate. Good morning, good morning. Say what's up in the chat. Hit the like button, chat, before we get started. Por favor, much appreciated, boys and girls. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, 47. Good morning, Oracle, Wolf Dubai, Horty Panda. Giddy, good morning. CB Trading Fit, Ivan, Luke. Juji FX, good morning. IS, welcome to the top G's. Appreciate it, my man. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Sean, Astrofons, Eugene, Jamie, good to see you, man. Good morning, Chucky, Kookie, Sinseller, Red Flame, Mr. Dave, Marlin. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. January, what is it? January 9th already. Oh, boys, 2026 is going to be over and done with before we know it. We better start taking advantage. It's time to wake up. What's up, Kev? MKP, good morning. All right, guys, we got 10 seconds here until market open. Let's go ahead and jump over to the chart. Market is about to open up here right now. So real quick, we do have 10 a.m. news, by the way. So prelim consumer sentiment, we obviously had non-farm at 8:30, as well as unemployment rate. We do have 10 a.m. red folder news with consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. So we'll see what the opening range wants to do this morning. As far as the charts go, obviously you guys could obviously see that NQ here on the right has still kind of been inside of the daily range from yesterday, right? So previous day high, previous day low hasn't been taken. We did take previous day high on ES. As you guys can see, to me, it looks like we're setting up a nice low resistance purge lower, to be honest, through this trendline liquidity here. That's what it looks like to me at first glance. Let me know if you guys agree with that sentiment. I would say, obviously, it looks like NQ is picking up some steam to the downside here as well. Previous 15-minute candle closure, totally disrespecting this 15-minute with a lot of displacement. We do have an hourly gap here. Obviously, we've got 28 minutes until this hourly candle closes. But as of right now, that's kind of what we look like, boys and girls. That's what we look like to me. We'll see if it rings true. Drop down to the 1. So yeah, 9:30 open. So far, just straight down here. Previous day low, 569 on NQ. Let me turn the music down a little bit. So that's that, guys. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Looking at the poll in the chat, 54% of the chat is bearish as well today. So I'm assuming you guys are thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now. Shalom, Powell. The news was bad for the dollar. So should NQ go bull? I mean, it's the correlation, or I should say the inverse correlation hasn't really been there as much. I don't feel like really in the last 6 to 12 months, if I'm being totally honest. But I stopped looking at dollar. I used to do the same thing. I used to look at the dollar for inverse correlation, expecting if dollar was going higher, indices should be going lower and vice versa. I just kind of found that was an unreliable. Eventually, I just decided it was unreliable to factor that into my analysis, if I'm being totally honest. There's plenty of times where dollar and indices are doing the exact same thing. So I just kind of stopped worrying about it. And have not looked at it really too much. What is dollar doing though? Yeah, right now dollar is climbing a little bit. And indices are falling, or have been falling. So I guess that makes sense. I mean, in an ideal situation, yeah, that'd be kind of what you'd like to see, is them doing the opposite of each other. I wouldn't really consider it the end-all be-all, though. What's up, RR12? Tyler, are you Argentinian? You know, I've never taken a 23andMe, so I guess anything, it could be possible. But I don't think so. I don't think so. But I can tell you this. These hips don't lie. I can tell you that much. So, if that makes me Argentinian, the fact that my hips don't lie, I'll take it. Tyler, are you black? Again, I never took a 23andMe. There is a chance, guys. There is a chance. Some consider me as white as it gets. Others would consider me black from the waist down. Others would not. So, you know, anything's possible. One thing I can tell you that I am not. I'm definitely not Jewish. Maybe I'm just a little bit of everything. Maybe I'm just a big mutt. Steelers, dude, the video that I posted yesterday about the little news anchor asking the guy, how did you know you had a small penis? I kind of thought that was going to do better, but nobody's got a sense of humor anymore. Maybe I'm just not that funny. I thought it was funny. It's always the ones that you think are going to do, or the ones that you literally are just like, I'm just posting it's just to post it. It's like those ones do well, and then it's like the ones you actually put some effort into, it's fucking do terrible. Social media is weird. When you try to like make a video that you think will do really well, it flops every time. Did you vote for the Trump shit show? I did vote for the Trump shit show. I kind of think it would have been a shit show either way. You know? But we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, shit, what can we all do? Other than maybe all band together and, well, not pay our taxes, but that'd be too fun. Are you tired of winning? You know what's funny, Bruno? My dad calls me the other day or whatever. Or no, I called him back after stream. If you guys remember, he called me, was that 2 days ago on stream? And called him back after, and he was like, yeah, so what's the stock market doing? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's still pretty much like up around near the all-time highs, especially on like the S&P or whatever. S&P was closing all-time highs recently. Yeah, again, so a couple days ago, we were closing a new all-time high in terms of a closure. You know, so he's, in his mind, he's just like, oh yeah, everything's fantastic then. You know, it's just like the boomer generation's a lot of like just headlines in news. So it's like, oh, gas prices are down, stock market's up, everything must be hunky-dory. Gosh, I guess that's kind of what they mean when they say ignorance is bliss, huh? GE77 says, when you attribute excessive importance towards a goal, you create excess potential, which trigger balanced forces opposite to the intended goal. Let me fucking read that again. When you attribute excessive importance towards a goal, you create excess potential, which trigger balanced forces opposite to the intended goal. What? Yeah, you lost me. Anthony says, honestly, the less you know in this world, the better your life becomes. Honestly, it's kind of true. Yeah, we'll see what happens here, boys. Sell off here at the open. Obviously, strong impulse back up. Hourly gap, hourly bullish gap holding. 20 minutes left on the hour. And 15, I suppose, as well, if you're just looking at the body closures. Did wick all the way through these London lows, though. And which is also an SMT divergence. So we got SMT at the London low now. We also have SMT at the previous day high. We'll see, boys. We got news in 20 minutes. So that's why I said it was kind of going to be interesting how the opening range plays out. Because I just feel like whenever we have 10 a.m. red folder news, it's just like anything from 9:30 to 10 o'clock is, to me at least, kind of feels like more of a gamble. I mean, that's not to say that you can't find trades or opportunities. You could always find trades and opportunities or excuses to take a trade. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Where is... Have ever heard of people hedging prop firms? What do you mean, like taking a position one way on one prop firm and then another one the opposite way on another prop firm? Is that what you mean by hedging? I've definitely heard of that, yeah. I have heard of people doing that, yeah. I don't know of anybody personally that's ever done that though. Anthony, going back to physical gold and silver. Yeah, I don't know if that'd be a money glitch or not, or I mean, I don't know. It definitely seems too good to be true though, right? Yeah, I've definitely heard of people doing stuff like that, Langston. Obviously, when it comes to like prop firms and any, like really anything, I feel like people always try to find shortcuts or hacks or, you know, ways to kind of game a system. But yeah, I don't know anybody personally that's ever done that. Langston, maybe you're trying to be the first guinea pig. I'm sure someone out there somewhere has done something like that. Waiting for a gold dump today, my Friday habit. Does gold dump every Friday or what? How these foors always have funded accounts. Well, I don't know if that really matters too much at all, to be honest. I mean, here's the thing, guys. I think, and then we've talked about this ad nauseum, I feel like, on this channel, is just, you know, when it comes to just like trading influencers in general, you got to think like these are individuals that are also making money, whether it's from selling a private group, a mentorship, a course, affiliate money, right? So there's income coming in from other sources. That's why I always say, like, don't try to be like these influencers that you see, including me or whoever, right? Like Patrick Wieland or whoever the fuck you're looking at. But like, these are people that their expenses of prop accounts in a year's time, or sometimes in a month's time, will be more than what you make in a whole year. And you're sitting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not relatable to the average person. Like, some of these people are literally spending six figures, multiple six figures a year on prop accounts, which is more than most of you probably bring home in a year. So to sit here and try to compare like your situation to theirs in terms of trading or whatever, it's just not feasible whatsoever. That's why we always say, man, you got to trade your own accounts, be your own trader. Don't try to be like anyone else. It's your situation at the end of the day. New 15-minute candle just opened up. See what we want to do here. I still don't hate the idea of lower. But obviously, if this holds, and then obviously we just keep respecting bullish PD rates to the upside, then obviously we're not going to force anything there. You know, in terms of like a two-stage delivery, we have taken out data low. To me, we've taken out both sides of this data high and low range, to be honest. So in terms of like a two-stage delivery, I feel like we've already accomplished both sides of that. So I think we just kind of have to wait here for more information. Probably we'll be waiting until after 10. Unless you're feeling ballsy and picking heads or tails here. What do you guys think? Let's see in the chat. Do you guys think new lows first or new highs first? What's everybody feeling right now? I guess you could say if you have no clue either, you can say that as well. But if you feel strongly one way or the other, speak now or forever hold your peace. We're in the middle of the range. SMT both sides of the range. Data high, data low taken. I think from where I sit, it's like literally a toss up right now. Have I seen the video? Wait, what? Getting gooned in Romanian dungeon? No, I have not seen that. Tricky week, highs, new low, new sideways, says Horty Panda. Highs either way, yep, highs. Okay, so a lot of you guys seems like more of you guys are thinking higher right now. Kevin likes the new side. That was a good answer. The new sideways. Yeah. No new highs, no new lows, just new sideways. Listen. Is there a way? If we were to take a right position, predicting that the market will go sideways to the right, could we do something like this? I don't know how we would ever lose. 100% win rate. Yeah, we are kind of bouncing back and forth this new day opening gap as well. That's what this yellow shaded area is. This hourly candle closes in 11 minutes. I think the hourly close is going to be pretty telling. You know, if we close below this gap here on the hourly, I like potentially a retracement on the 10 a.m. candle higher and then look for short. But obviously if this hourly candle closes like up here, I almost feel the opposite then. So we'll see how we close. Yeah, I just truly think if you're on the lower time frames right now, it's a little bit of a toss-up. You'd be kind of front-running this. Not to say you couldn't do it. You could definitely do it. Like if you were to get this 5-minute inversion and someone's feeling risky AF and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going short. From here. So there's a 5-minute inversion. I think I'm just going to tape read this. Macro is beginning, but I just kind of feel like waiting for the news. I'm going to tape read this short from this 5-minute inversion. If you don't have a stop loss, you never lose. That's, well, until you get margin called. No lower wick on this 5-minute open. Because this is a tape read for me, I'm sure it'll play out picture perfect. But if it didn't, that'd be cool too. What is NFP? Non-farm payroll. It used to be labeled non-farm payroll. Now they call it non-farm employment change. But yeah, this used to always be titled non-farm payroll. So I don't know. I still call it NFP. Oh, yeah, there it is. Here's the flip. What's the 1 minute look like? Oh, damn. Yeah, boys, if you are taking anything, might be wise to go micros. This one candle is like 50 points. 40 points. Or risk it for the biscuit. Five-minute inversion to the downside. Looks decent. News in 7. Yeah, I'm just a little timid right now just because of the news, but price looks good. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Huh. See, I told you, boys. Had a funny feeling. Funny feeling. Is that experience, or is that, what is that? Is it luck? Is it chart time? What is that? What do you guys think? Lorenzo says fear. Hey, I guess, yeah. I mean, the reason you would not take a trade is fear of loss, right? Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Tyler, to you sometime take a trade with 5 minutes of open? I feel like opening volume give good setups with a bias. No, I mean, no. I feel like the earliest that I'll take a trade is like 10, 15 minutes after open. It's just a little too hectic. A lot of whipsawing back and forth pretty often. So I used to be like that. I used to just totally, you know, be a fiend for market open because of the volatility, but it just wasn't good for me. It just wasn't good for me. So yeah, Wednesday's current high of week at 998, basically like 26K even almost. News in 4 minutes, chat. This hourly candle, 4-hour candle will close as of right this second, holding the 1 hour gap. So if that is the case, I think higher would be plausible. Samir says, I'm turning him gay. Hey, if you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? You're welcome. You didn't know you were capable of this much love. Yeah, who's in what here? I seen some of you guys saying that you were in shorts, or a couple of you guys were in longs as well, I think. Little 5-minute barcode here. We inverse, reclaimed. Now we're kind of chopping back through this gap again. News in 3, boys. News in 3. If you're not in anything right now, my recommendation is to sit on the hands. Now, if you're a gambler and you're looking for an adrenaline rush, flip a coin. But the closer we get to this hourly close, I don't know, is this gap going to hold? That'd be funny if it inverses it like in the last minute. Just in, President Trump to use alternative tariff powers if Supreme Court rules against him. What the fuck does that mean? He's going to use alternative tariff powers if Supreme Court rules against him. What the hell is that? Alternative tariff powers? What? Does that mean copy trading Nancy Pelosi? I hear that brings in some bread. What's up, Brad? We're looking just like we're waiting on the news. 1 minute till 10 a.m. news, guys. Hourly gap down here is holding. So as this candle closes, I'm starting to feel a little bit more bullish, to tell you the truth. So we'll see. I say that, and then the news will come out, and we'll just drop like 300 points in 2 minutes. For some reason. No, probably not, but it'd be funny if it did. All right, guys, news incoming. I feel bad marking up all these gaps. It's like someone threw up on my chart. But yeah, hourly gap held, staying above new day opening gap, just inversed here on the 1 minute, or we're trading above it here as the new hour opens up. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit more bullish now. Previous day high on Q850. What are we at here? 750? Oh my. What's the 4 hour? Ooh, the 4 hour looks weak. I kind of take it back. I think I'm still going to stay more neutral. Let's just see what happens. I mean, what the fuck? Let's just see what happens. We'll react to something that makes sense, but yeah, I didn't put chop in the poll today just because I was like, well, one, we were already moving. We were like moving really well. Like, right? We had this nice move up, then we were moving down. Like, it was really clean. So I'm like, looks like we're already kind of moving. Of course, though, market opens up and we do this shit. Obviously, we were waiting until 10 a.m. news. It's just, dude, it's just something that seems to always be the freaking case. Whenever there's 10 a.m. red folder news, I just automatically am like, I'm waiting until I'm not even going to entertain anything in opening range, even if it looks good, just because I just always end up wishing I would have waited for the news. And you guys heard me say it. I was like, man, that looks good for lower here. You know, when we got that 5 minute, but I'm telling you, that 10 a.m. news can be a real bitch. Yeah, 10 a.m. Silver Bullet hour has been pretty choppy. I would say, bro, even like the last, for a good part of the last, like, what, 3 months of 2025, I felt like 10 a.m. was just pretty lackluster. I mean, you guys remember prime Silver Bullet hour? 2023, 2024. Oh, man. Oh, man. Silver bullet hour was something you wrote home about. I look like Tanya with these shades. What if I took a 23andMe and Tanya and I were brother and sister? Maybe. Anything's possible. We're all brothers and sisters under the Almighty Father. Oh. Oh, my brothers in Christ. My brothers in Christ. Lower question mark? I'm going to do us all a big favor, and I'm going to hop up off of the 1 minute chart. If this just shorts though, does my tape read short still count? Kinda, maybe. Stop loss dependent. SMT with ES. Yeah, at the low here, yeah. Yeah, we got SMT both sides of the range. Previous day high. We already had SMT at London low. It's kind of a shallow drive, though. SMT gangbang. I don't know why James London is so angry all the time. He goes, what did he say here? You should long with me, brother. That's why I'm in profit and you're gay. And you're gay. Damn, I got stopped. What? Well, that plot twist. That table turned very quickly. Hey, it it happens to the best of us, James. We've all been there. I get it, man. You know, you want to talk your shit. Every time I do that, though, the same thing happens. And whenever I start talking shit to NASDAQ says, "All right, pal, fuck you." Every fucking time. But you did call me gay, so I guess, yeah, fuck you. Yeah. Take that stop out, bitch. No, I'm just going to stay off the 1 minute. I think for a little bit. Let's say like 3 minute and above, preferably the 5. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we could see previous day low, potentially Tuesday low, 527. Obviously, it's NFP today, so I feel like we could get decent movement. My tape read short is actually kind of playing out here if you just held through ungodly chop and through the news. Five-minute close in a minute. I'm just happy we're out of this mess. Like, to me, if we get this closure, which it looks like we will, nice strong bearish close, at that point, it's like, okay, I feel like I could scale in to the lower time frames again. Look to short. Bruh. I'm going to throw a limit on for now at this 2-minute bearish gap. I'm going to try this for lower to previous day low. Just got picked up. In 660, wait, what? In 660 buys? Oh, so we're like, so I'm what, 673 short? 660 buys. Hey, I guess may the best trader win. We'll see what happens here. Mentally in my mind, the only thing that I'm actually worried about is that hourly candle obviously didn't inverse up here. So, like, would it be possible for us to wick all the way back up and then this hourly candle still holds the hourly gap? I guess it could be possible, but that would suck wiener. For me. Oh my God. Well, I'm not going to close it early. If it's going to stop me out, it's going to stop me out. But I'm probably going to flip for longs. Directionally, at least. Given that reaction. Holy fucking hell. Get fucked, buddy. What a wick. What a fucking wick. Jeez. Well, waiting for the 5 minute didn't help me out there at all. Son of a gun. Jeez. 660 buys printing. Fuck. Oh, you took this 1 minute inversion? I'm assuming. Damn. Let me hold $10. Holy candle. God forbid a white boy get a little motion. Dude, that I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. This wick is, that wick is gnarly. The last like 3 wicks are gnarly, but jeez. Oh gosh. Well, we'll be patient, I guess. But yeah, this looks like it's wanting to flip a bullish here. But yeah, thought process was that we had already taken out, or we'd already manipulated higher in this new hour. And then when we flipped this, I just felt like this would stay bearish on the hourly. The candle indicator is right here, power of 3. Learn market auction theory. I was trying to think of something funny. Like, what else would I rather learn than market auction theory? I would rather learn... I would rather learn how to change a tampon dispensary in a boy's bathroom than learn market auction theory. Anybody that sits here and tries to promote strategies is fucking actually gay. And clearly he's been trading for like 2 minutes. But yeah, stopped out on that. Down 640. 640 per account there. It's like... This whole week for me, bro, has been literally get fucked in AM session, make a beautiful winning trade in the PM session. I see Tom's comments. Tom, if you're in here, I see your comments on like the Instagram. Like, I've been recording every single trade that I take because I'm like, listen, at this point, I think people, like when I say like, oh, I made back my loss in the PM session, people just think I'm lying. So I'm like, I'm just going to record them so I can post them and have proof. And yeah, Tom in the comments is just like, he does it again. I'm just like, man, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, I want to hit all these winning trades on stream, preferably, but sometimes you get duped. Lately, 2026 AM session, it's been a dupe fest. I guess we're only like a few days in, but yeah, I probably want to flip longs. I just don't. I'm trying to pick where I would want to enter. It's such a fast market on an NFP day that it's like you could not really get much of a retracement, but then again, you could get a fucking 90% retracement and it still holds a PD array, and you know you could get manipulated that way as well. So I'm just trying to be patient here. You know, maybe this key price holds or something. I don't know. Obviously, BPR here. Bullish breaker block. Could maybe long this and anticipate this to hold. But I don't know. I don't want to rush into it either. What's up, Uncle Leb? You're bullish as fuck today? Oh, our bias flipped in the chat. We were more bearish. Now we're more bullish. I wasn't keeping an eye on it. I don't know if those are recent votes or not. But yeah, I like higher now after obviously what happened. It's just my entry. I'm trying to be a little selective and picky about. 5-minute gap just opened up below this low. I'm looking neat. Thanks. You love the coffee stain chart? Yeah, it's a little bit easier on the eyes. Maybe I don't. Yeah, it's a little bit easier on the eyes without the blue light glasses. It's just when you turn all the lights off in the room, you just got blinding white lights. I got my blind down, blinding white charts, and blinding white light in my face. It can be a little. And I don't want to go to the dark charts. Not the dark charts. We want to stay on the light side. Come to the light. Oh, here she blows. Yep, bullish breaker, 10 a.m. key. Opening price here. Pretty solid. Yeah, man, just got caught in the wick. This hourly gap did end up the one worry that I had ended up coming true. Man, I guess it's true what they say. It's why you wait for those closures to confirm direction. If you don't get the closure, you can't confirm it. Perfect example of it today. Perfect example of it today. See if we can find continuations. I do think we could potentially move a decent bit. And I think ES, or I think NQ will definitely at least trade at this previous day high. Oh, that's so strong. I may market execute something like this. Did just get a nice 5-minute inversion, 1-minute inversion, obviously here. So I'm looking at this. Should all likely hold. 5-minute just closed. I'll take it back. I'll throw the limit on. Throw the limit on and try to get previous day high. Okay. Alrighty then. They kicked you out of your server? Out of their server, Leon? The news about Iran, the protests or whatever? Yeah, I saw that, if that's what you're talking about. Holy fucking long, dude. You're gonna buy a Florida Lotto ticket? What? Melda. Are you gonna split it with me if you win? Jason Lana was right at the end of the day. Yeah, but he got stopped. He got stopped. He was trying to long here. Damn, bro. Yeah, man, I got totally duped on that. And then didn't have the balls to execute here. Put the limit on here, but as soon, literally the moment I clicked buy limit set, this candle just doop. All right, well, buy limit off. I mean, I don't know how many fucking trades I can get left behind on this week as well. I've been left behind on like 3 beautiful trades, unfortunately. But it's like, what am I supposed to do? Chase everything? Evidently so. God forbid a guy who gets 1 pullback. We got more breakaway gaps than fucking your sister. Buddy's got wider gaps than Lily Phillips. Gaps bigger than Bonnie Blue out here. Jeez. Yeah, here's the 4-hour. Jeez. Damn. Just look at these wicks, bro. I guess when they say wicks do the damage, they ain't lying. So tough. But yeah, I just go back to what I originally said, which is just the hourly close wasn't there, man. And I tried to Try to get sexy with it anyway. That's really all it is. Breakaway gapes. Question about Tradeify select account after you pass within 3 days. Can you get paid out the very next day if you choose daily payout option? Let me double check that for you. That's actually a great question. Yeah, I think you can. Because yeah, the quickest, because it's 3 days to pass the eval, the faster you can pass the eval, quickest to pay out on those select daily option accounts is 4 days. So yeah, 1 day. 1 day on the daily account, you can request a payout. You do have to build over that buffer amount first, depending on the account size. But yes. I was trying to find the shareable. I just have so many fucking pictures and videos saved. Oh my God. Here we go. Yeah, so if you're on a 50K daily, your buffer is 2100, 100K daily, 2600, 150K daily, 3600. So as long as you're over the buffer, yeah, you could take your payout first day, technically. You do have max daily payout caps, right? So 50K, $1,000 a day, 100K is 1,500 a day, 2,500 a day for the 150. You'd have to be pushing it pretty hard though, to be honest, like, because your daily loss limit on the 50K is $1,000, which isn't a ton, right? So yeah, you'd have to be pushing it pretty good and catch a really nice, really nice trade or two. One day payout, 1 day pass, all these gimmicky marketing to make BS, make money fast. Yeah, welcome to the prop world, man. The rules are in place because obviously, I mean, there's going to be pros and cons to every firm, every account. Like literally everything's going to be, some aspects are going to be better about this, worse about that. You know, you can play that game as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's like, if there was a firm that had like perfect rules that we were all like head over heels about all the time, like those firms wouldn't exist because they wouldn't have any money left. So it does have to go both ways. It's just, it is what it is. Like imagine you start a prop firm and you put all like the perfect rules in place to where every trader's like, I can't find one single thing I dislike about it because there's nothing I can complain about. Everything's perfect. No consistency rules, no payout caps, 1 day pass, 1 day payout, right? Like if you had a prop firm like that, bro, you're literally going bankrupt. For sure. And then you're going to be or you're going to get sued when you don't pay people out, or just a little bit of both. And you're going to be in the jail next to Diddy in Maduro. That's called a brokerage. Yeah, there you go. Go drop 10, 20 grand into a broker. Then you don't got to worry about nothing. The only thing you'd have to worry about is like a random impulsive like airstrike, unforeseen, that drops the market 300 points through your stop loss in an instant. Slippage is real. And you lose way more than you thought you were going to. I feel like people don't, I mean, that's the only scary part about live accounts is like you could have a stop loss in place, but you can still lose more than what your stop loss is if like a crazy event happens, obviously. But it's always possible. I mean, I can explain why I took the short, yeah, but I explained the more important thing you need to understand is why it failed, which is higher time frame narrative, hourly gap. I tried to get Q with it, expecting that this would, you know, make it to the previous day low, and this would, basically I tried front running on this hourly candle. So that's the more important takeaway you should take away from it. And I knew that going into it, but decided to risk it. Obviously did not pay out. Very fast stop out, literally maybe a little over a minute. I don't even know if it was a minute I was in that trade. Like couldn't have been proved wrong faster. But yeah, basically the reason that I took it was the 5 minute closed below this low. We were close proximity to previous day low. Scaled into the 2 minute. I liked the fact that we had opened up and came straight up. Felt like that would be another reason that this gap could at least sponsor a new low here. But yeah, just was caught in a hourly wick. That happens sometimes when you fade the higher time frame. Body closures tell the story. So that's it. That's really all I can really say. Yeah, that should be your biggest takeaway, though. It shouldn't be anything else. Yeah. AM session for me this week just hasn't. Just like we'll call it what it is. This AM session for me so far in 2026 has just not been it. All my money's been made in the PM session. I literally have spent 3 of 5, I think, 3 of 5 days this week being read after AM session a little bit and making it back in PM session. Like, sing a new song, would you? Somebody said, holy Bitcoin. Oh, I thought you said Bitcoin crash at first. Sorry. I think my mind is just cynical when it comes to crypto. Holy Bitcoin push. I mean, we're not even up 1% on the day. But yeah, better than going up than down. No, I don't live stream PM session. Maybe I'll add some PM streams later in the year. I just don't want to commit to 2 streams a day right now, truthfully. I already stream for 2 hours a day in the morning, so sometimes it's nice to like sit here in silence and just not have to talk to the chat, not have to read comments. Just sit here. If I like a trade, take a trade, not worry about user 8969 420 in the chat telling me I'm a retard. And then just let it play out. Do you know what I mean? It can be a little bit of a mental toll when every single trade you take, you're being told that you're literally mentally handicapped. And that you're going to be somebody's liquidity who's never gotten a payout in their life. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just like, and just, you know what I mean? Just don't really feel like dealing with that. But we'll see, yeah. It's been in the, I've thought about it. Just saying screw it and just streaming twice a day. What's up, Jordan? In your streams basically every day. Love the way you trade insights, bro. I appreciate it, man. I mean, I try to explain my thought process. I don't always get it right, but and I try to be, you know, reflective and admit when I'm clearly wrong or miss something or whatever. I'm only human. Not a good sign when you hate your job. Dude, I don't hate my job. I love hanging out with you guys. I love trading and streaming. It does break up the monotony of trading and the, you know, the quote unquote boredom of trading sometimes. But that doesn't always mean it's the easiest thing in the world to do. It is, you know, a lot of times recently when I take a trade, I kind of just don't look at the chat. Just because, I mean, the comments aren't helpful. Like, you get every comment from "you're going to be my liquidity" to "I love this trade, I'm in it with you" to "why would you take this trade" to "this is FOMO, what the fuck, LOL, this is a revenge trade," like everywhere on the spectrum. And or you get like, "close it now, bro, close it now, it's going to reverse, go break even now, bro, trust me, bro." It's just like, that's not helpful. You know, I ignore it even if I do read it, but it doesn't make trading easier. You know? Brad says, every time I'm positive to you, you call me a bitch. What? That's not true, Brad. That's not true. He says, every time I'm positive to you, you call me a bitch. There's no way that's true. All right, that's definitely cap. I just try to match the energy of whatever comment I read in the chat. Sometimes the comments could be sarcastic and I can't tell because it's just in text format. It's tough though when you're engaging with the chat, because how many times you got some people in the chat that don't understand sarcasm, and then you got other people in the chat that are fluent with sarcasm. Sometimes it's hard to know who you're dealing with. As far as what I'm looking for right now, I probably like continuation higher. Even despite previous day high being taken, I like kind of an internal to external range rotation. We got macro incoming in 7 minutes. This hourly candle closure, we'll see how it closes. But yeah, if we get what we want, if we see something in here and then confirm it, you know, after a rebalance, I could be open to playing internal to external here. Go for AM session high. How many more trades? I don't know. It depends. Might be none. Might be one. Yeah, it's part of it. Do I do meditation? Well, I feel like you can meditate or be in a meditative state without doing like a planned out, like, you know, I'm gonna put on 432 hertz or like meditation music and sit here and meditate. I mean, you could do that. I used to do stuff like that. Like you remember when you first were like 19, 20, 21 years old, and you first learned about, you know, self-help and law of attraction, manifestation, all that shit. And you're like, hell yeah, you are what you think about, which I'm not saying it's not true, but yeah, I used to do some meditations. But I feel like you can be in a, like I said, meditative state without doing that specifically. And I do feel like I get into a meditative state pretty often throughout the day. Just like, you know, when you're working or trading or whatever, and you just kind of get into a little flow state. So I don't know if you count that, but as far as sitting down and, you know, having like a isolated meditation session, I haven't done that in a long time. You just made 10K. I'm proud of you, Prodigy Killshot. I'm proud of you. So send me $10. Send me $10 or you're lying. All right, new 15-minute candle, last 15 minutes of the hour. The hourly candle formation is quite hilarious on both ES and NQ currently. We're back at the open on ES. This hourly candle is a doji forming. Law of attraction is BS. Yeah, I think I actually do agree with law of attraction is BS to an extent. To an extent, I do think obviously the teachings of law of attraction when it comes to like, you know, your inner self-talk, you know, I do think you do become what you think about in terms of like if you're constantly somebody that's always like poor me, victim mentality, this never works out for me, you know, I'm unlucky, or all these types of things. I think if you just wire yourself to believe that on a subconscious level, I do think that definitely has an impact on your life. Is law of attraction BS in terms of like, oh, if I think about Lamborghini, I will get Lamborghini? Obviously not. Right? It's far more about getting off your ass and taking action. So I think that's the part. Like you're not gonna get rich by shouting affirmations in the mirror. You're gonna get rich by an enthusiastic attack on doing income generating activities every single day. So for that reason, I would say law of attraction, it just depends how you look at it. It's pretty subjective when it comes to it like that, but yeah, man, I mean, just look around. If you just look at people in your life that are like the Eeyore, always negative, always like poor me, their life probably sucks, they're probably broke. I mean, that part's definitely real. I don't know how you would argue that. But I did used to, like, in network marketing back in the day, I did used to meet a lot of people that would just, like, they'd be way too afraid to, like, ever do anything that was actually, like, income generating because they were so fucking scared to take action. And then they would just, it's like New Year's resolutions, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how many people set a New Year's resolution? They're going to do this. They want to do this. They want to build a business. They want to start this. I mean, they want to do all sorts of stuff, and they just don't do it because they're afraid, lack confidence or whatever. I mean, you can basically, if you just look at some people's lives, you can kind of assume what they're thinking, or you can kind of assume what has dominated their thought process for probably the last 5-10 years based on their current situation and circumstance. So I think that part's pretty true, whether you want to call that law of attraction or not. What's up, T-Money? He goes, it is not. No fucking way it's not. I wrote everything I wanted to do on a whiteboard a year ago. I did everything on the list. Let's fucking go, dude. See? Dude, I used to have a vision board. I remember when I first learned about law of attraction. I remember it was like the first, there's actually a Jim Carrey interview. He was on, I forget what fucking show he was on. it might have been like David Letterman or something. Old interview that he did. And he was saying how when he was broke and coming up as like an actor, he wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered. And he put it in his wallet. And it deteriorated and it deteriorated and it deteriorated. And then like a couple years later, whatever it was, he got the role for Dumb and Dumber and he made $10 million. Now, this is the caveat. The caveat is Jim Carrey probably worked his fucking ass off to make that manifestation come true. And I think that's not something that everybody does. And that is the true variable. It's not the fact that he just wrote himself a check and, you know, it magically happened. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I remember that. And then I made a vision board. A lot of you guys have probably seen the movie The Secret. I think it's on Netflix still. The Secret was, you know, it's kind of like mythical, you know, it's like one of those like mythical type documentaries, if you will. So it's kind of silly in that regard. But, yeah, I remember I watched The Secret. You know, listen to a lot of like Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale. Yeah, I used to sit when I was like 21. I used to go to bed listening to fucking Earl Nightingale. All right, we are in the 11 a.m. macro here. We've traded down back to our 10 a.m. opening price on ES, not quite on NQ. Holding here, 5 and 15 minute gap. Let's see what we want to do here. So I guess in that, the whole saying of like you become what you think about, I think I would replace that. I mean, it's true to an extent, but I think what that leads to is you become what you repeatedly do. So you really become what your habits are. Even if you're telling yourself affirmations in the mirror, it's just not enough, right? You become what you repeatedly do. So that's what I believe. I think where it becomes a problem for me in terms of like my issue with like quote unquote law of attraction would be, well, I'm more faith oriented. And obviously one of the biggest commandments is not having false gods outside of the one and only God. And I think when it comes to like some of the way people view law of attraction and manifestation and stuff, they're trying to play God or act as God, or they kind of put everything up to the quote unquote universe. That is where it's like, all right. Wait, what? It's hella noticeable whenever I go on a run, when I tell myself, fuck, hold on. What? It's hella noticeable whenever I go on a run, when I tell myself, I'm good right now, I'm not tired. I'll literally be able to run longer. Yeah. Yeah, your body's capable of way more than what your mind thinks it is. Shit ton of sellers stepping in below the low of previous 15-minute candle. This is the type of info ICT concepts leaves out. Ton of sellers stepping in below the low of previous 15 candle. What do you mean? What do you mean it leaves it out? I disagree, and here's why. Let me just mark out this range here. If I mark out from this swing low to this swing high, whether I'm using 15, 5-minute, whatever, 50% of this range is 747, 618, OTE is 716. You're saying below this 15-minute candle. Well, OTE actually suggests the same thing. So I wouldn't say ICT concepts leaves it out. It's just what you pay attention to, what you look for, how you frame up moves. But no, I wouldn't say it leaves it out. But I'm not looking at it in terms of like, oh, there's orders under this candle. There's orders everywhere in the market. There's more in some places than others, obviously. The thing that I'm more concerned about is just higher time frame closures, you know? So like right now we're in a 15-minute gap, and we could hold this gap. There's no gap on the ES chart. We could hold this gap. To me, that's a sign of higher prices. We inverse the gap. That's a sign of lower prices. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. So it could also be possible that we could wick all the way down, hit this, and then still hold this gap with the closure and then continue higher. I mean, that's literally what happened on this hourly candle here. Oops. New hour open in 3 minutes. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you guys like lower here? Do you like higher here? I think I want to stay with higher really until like this 15-minute fails. If this 15 minutes going to hold, you got to remember we're still respecting the hourly. Like, to me, this is just bullish PD race still respecting on the higher time frames. So I think me personally, I'd like to stay with the bullish bias to continue until, like I said, this fails would be probably my first thing that would then make me flip. So we'll see. That could happen in the next 2 minutes if we get a nice push and we close below. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Yo, this is going to sound funny. You know what other movie is like great in terms of like, well, at least what I thought was great for Law of Attraction? I remember, dude, I was dating my one girlfriend, and we went and saw, she loved 50 Shades of Grey, right? So I remember we saw every 50 Shades of Grey movie in the theaters. And like her watching 50 Shades of Grey was obviously like for like the romance and all that stuff. And I was just like, dude, this guy's lifestyle is fucking sick. I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, this guy's helicopters, penthouse, sick cars. I'm like, dude, it was like watching that was like Law of Attraction for me. And then obviously the Red Room is nice too, but oh. You know, I feel like so many guys watch Wolf of Wall Street for that. And I was like, I don't know. I think 50 Shades maybe could, you know what I mean? That's why my chart colors are inspired by 50 Shades of Grey. I don't like anything necessarily right here. Kind of just because, I mean, we just put in equal lows on both ES and NQ right here. New hour. I like that hourly close. I mean, I hope it doesn't just run straight up. That would suck. Probably going to miss it then. We got Gruck. We got Gruck and Lorenzo going back and forth in the chat. What's the, somebody give me, I'm not going to go back and read all the comments. What's the cliff notes? What are you guys arguing about? I see Gruck saying trap sellers here, absorption here. As we raise the offer, sellers cover. Sounds like terminology I don't use. Why did I make boxes support? It's a 15-minute gap. It's a breaker short here on the 1 minute, but you're fading everything higher time frame. 1 hour and 15 is bullish. You don't like how it closed? I actually don't mind how it closed. Closed above 9 a.m. candle open. But yeah, we're just running straight up. I just don't understand the strategy. Like, what's the point of arguing with other traders in a YouTube live chat about strategy? It just doesn't make sense to me. I thought it was kind of common. I thought it was a common sentiment at this point that you can make any strategy work with good risk management and some experience. I thought that we were all in agreement on that, but I mean, arguing about strategies it just seems like a complete fucking waste of time. So I'm waiting here, guys. I still like continuation longs, but we have to pull back, bro. I would welcome a pullback all the way below these lows, to be honest. Which could be a trade in and of itself, but it's a risky trade in my opinion because you're fading everything higher time frame. We did inverse here. It's just, I wouldn't recommend it, but. Do you, boo-boo? No, Lorenzo, I don't know what was going on in there, but Gruck or somebody, I don't know if that was Gruck talking about auction theory earlier or not, but it's just like the most pointless. Like someone's gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, fuck it, bro, auction theory is way better than ICT concepts or whatever. It's like, cool. Oh, volume profile, bro. Oh yeah, support and resistance, bro. Oh, double top, bro. This is like, actually go get in a car crash, would you please? I'm kidding. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's literally, dude. It's literally like a break-even, unchanged week for me. It's just like a little paper cut in the AM session, make it back with a little bit of profit in the PM session. Another paper cut. Like, so I'll be green on the week if I make back my loss today, but I'm pretty much break even on the week. It's just been so back and forth. Loss, win, break even. Fuck. Could be worse. Could be better. What time is it? 11:07? First week of 2026, though. It's good to be back, right? It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Maybe a dumb question. Is all-time high adjusted with the new contract on NQ and ES? Is all-time high adjusted with the new contract? No. No, but if you want to just look at like, you know, a continuous contract, just that's what I would look at, is just NQ1, turn the adjustment, the back adjustment off, or on, I mean. And just reference that. I don't think it's different. 646.25. Guess we can just check. It is actually, yeah. So it's 670 on this contract. It's 646 on the continuous. I mean, yeah, when it comes to like all-time highs, you know, obviously when it comes to you trading a contract, you got to reference the contract you're trading in terms of like price levels and stuff. But just to make it easy, I just look here. If you're looking for like historical structural levels that are outside of the current contract that we're trading. I don't know if that makes sense, but I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it, to be honest. And there you go. So 1 minute break or short did not break or short. Higher time frame prevails. Where could you have taken this trade though? Yeah, I just dislike that we did these equal lows on both ES and NQ. Like if we would have had SMT here, this change in the state of delivery would have made a lot of sense in my opinion, especially considering we were in the macro. But you can see here, even if like you waited for the hour, And if you were waiting for like this hourly candle to wick down, even just to retest this hourly previous opening price, I mean, you get left behind here. Dang, yeah. But that's internal to external there. From the 15-minute gaparoo. What is this? So our current high of week is 96. I wonder if we could get here today. I mean, look at what the? It's just like no wick there. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough when that happens for me personally. I like waiting for displacements and getting pullback to fair value gap entries. And when there's no pullback, when the gaps are breakaway, it's like you get left behind. That kind of sucks. But it goes either way, right? Like if you don't wait for displacement, sometimes you just get caught in chop. So pick your poison, I guess. But dang, yeah. So current week, high week 996, we're at 880, so we're like 100 points off, a little over 100 points off from that. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm just gonna keep an eye on this throughout the day. I'll definitely be watching. I'll see if I take anything else today. I'll post on the socials if I take anything else. But otherwise, yeah. Like I said, just to kind of recap here. Got caught in the 10 a.m. what ended up being the lower wick, unfortunately. After waiting for the 9 a.m. candle to close, holding the 1 hour gap. And then, just got caught up on the 5 minute and under in this wick as we started to go below here, thinking that we were just going to inverse, go for previous day low. It wasn't the case. Wicks do the damage. Was on the wrong side of the manipulation today. And then obviously kind of framed this move, but I didn't see an entry that I loved, so I didn't take anything, but could have absolutely had some opportunity here today for sure. So if you guys are green today, congratulations. Obviously a little bit of a bummer, down 640 per account here. Just another day at the office. It's been a break-even week for me. A lot of back and forth, win-loss, win-loss. I don't know if how you guys have done this week, but hopefully you guys have got some green to show for it. But, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord or Twitter or whatever, if anything else. Looking ahead to next week, though, we got, Monday, No News Monday. CPI Tuesday. Wow. Yeah, so just a preemptive schedule for next week. Monday, I might stream Monday, we'll see, but don't be surprised if I'm not live Monday just because it's No News Day before CPI. And then for sure Tuesday, obviously, after CPI, PPI Wednesday, Thursday unemployment, and then No News Friday. Honestly, in an ideal situation, just kind of looking at this, it'd be nice to just have a 3-day trading week next week, Tuesday through Thursday, and then avoid both Monday and Friday would be nice. Potentially. We'll see how everything plays out. But that is what I'm thinking for now, boys and girls. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button before you go. Congrats to those that are green. If you're red, it is what it is. Just don't make it worse by chasing something that isn't really there. That's not a good opportunity. First week of 2026 in the books, boys. It'll be a good year, boys. It's always fun getting back into it, though. So whether you're good or bad, don't be too high, don't be too low, okay? That's all we can do. Show up, be your best, learn from mistakes, get better. And that's what we're doing every single day while we're here is we're getting a little bit better, getting a little bit more experience. Come on, man. Hang on. What's going on here? Lorenzo says, LMAO, don't be hurt because I called you out. What'd you call me out for? Listen, bro. I ain't trying to sidestep no smoke. Listen, if we got some smoke coming, I'll throw on the fucking shades again. What's the smoke? Are you talking to Gruck again? What are you guys doing? You just got called out, my boy. Stick to the gym. What did I get called out for? What did I miss? What did I miss? What? Go get the second GF, mate. Damn, YouTube can't edit. Yo, what did I miss here? I'm trying to give you guys positive vibes on the way out, and you guys are all salty. Not me? Oh, okay. Well, you had me worried for a second, Lorenzo. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I thought me and Lorenzo were, you know what I mean? I thought we were like this. Gruck never lose a trade? Yeah, okay. You guys are funny. All right, guys. Hey, regardless, enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Take time off the charts. Don't dwell on losses. Don't get too horny over your wins. Even keel, boys. Steady Eddie. Right in the middle. And I'll be back live next week, boys and girls. So without further ado, have fun. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Peace and love.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler Trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Joints on my playground, never asking why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop loss is shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Now time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Every single day. Snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.